So I uploaded my Kayle guide yesterday, and I got a couple of comments just from all over the place about people saying like, what happens if you can't hit Kayle, on your level 8 roll down? What do you do? Like, people were saying stuff like Aphelios, Draven, Vel'Koz, they won't be able to really hold you until you hit level 9 and you can try to roll for Kayle. So I just had this game. Literally, like, it finished like 5 minutes ago, and I think this is almost a perfect example of what you should do if you don't hit Kayle. How do you play a Kayle comp without Kayle? So here we go. I'm going to commentate over my play just like the last commentary video I did. So this is I think like around like mid diamond elo. I think there's one plat player here, but otherwise I think everyone's around like D2. D2, D3. I tried to go for the bow, but I didn't get it, so I just went for rod because I really value Guinsoo's slam. There were, like, yesterday when I was making the Kayle guide, whenever I wanted to go for bows, no one would really contest because the flavor of the month comps were just all like AP comps. But literally within the past like 24 hours, a new flavor of the month comp arose, which is the Vayne carry comp. And it's actually pretty funny because I had a little section in the guide about how to defensively play against Vayne comps, which is to run more knights. And then all of a sudden now all these Vayne comps are popping up. So here once again you see me valuing Draconic. I like the Udyr hold just in case I hit an early Draconic. Also, I'm just going to say right now that I don't hit Draconic this game. In my last commentary video, I did hit Draconic before Krugs, which you might view as kind of lucky. So in this video, I would probably consider this a Lowroll video game, except for like maybe one aspect. So this is just an example of like how I played it out. So I get gold, so I just buy the rest of the units. Pretty standard. Here I once again do want to look to pre-level because I basically always pre-level. Oh, actually no, in this video it's a little bit different. I do realize here that I can make 10. And then there are 2 units in the game that can actually solo this stage without items. And Udyr is one of them. You just position him right where I'm positioning him. And the other unit is Warwick. And I believe this is only referring to 1-cost units. I think there's one other 1-cost unit that can solo it, but it does need a belt. I think that's Gragas, but I'm not too sure about that one. But I've tested it many times. I do know guaranteed Udyr and Warwick can solo this round. So this just gives me 1 extra gold. It's pretty good. And here I made a small mistake. I don't want to level to 4 here actually because I do want to maintain this gold. So the strongest possible board I can play with these units in the shop is going to be Set, Callista, and Aatrox. So the tiny misplay I made is actually buying the Vayne because I'm forced to sell it to buy the Aatrox. It doesn't actually, I don't get punished for it because this only comes into effect if I can win this round. If I win this round, I noticed this guy slammed Thieves Gloves, which is why I was looking over it. I feel like Thieves Gloves is a very poor slam. He started with Glove, Vest, which is a pretty bad combination of 3 items, and he was forced to slam it just to try to win. I am greeding my items a little bit because I want to at least wait until the armory this round. But yeah, so I don't get punished for it because I don't win the round. If I did win the round, I get 1 extra gold, so I could actually buy the Vayne or the Aatrox. But it didn't matter, so I would have sold the Vayne anyway. Here, because I am looking to play Kayle comp, I'm thinking 1 rod is going to be for Guinsoo's, the other rod is going to be for Gunblade, and the Chain Vest is going to be for Guardian Angel. And so I didn't need another rod. I prefer to have a tank item, which would be the belt. So here I do decide to level because I feel like I'd lose too much HP, and hopefully this helps me kill 1 or 2 extra units maybe. I'm thinking about slamming Eclipse Cape here because it feels very uncomfortable to not slam an item at this point when you're having 4 item components on the bench. It's very, very greedy, and you do tend to get punished. But then I realized, no, I do need this Chain Vest for GA, so I decided to greed, and it feels bad. And I believe I do get 4 ode here. All of his units survive. I don't kill a single one. And perhaps if I slammed that item, I might have saved myself some HP. So yeah, this is this is not a good start. As you can see, I have no 2-star units. I sell to make 10 here, as I just keep one Udyr so I can still run Draconic if I hit, like next shop I've hit like a Zyre or Ash, I'll just immediately put in Draconic. You don't need 2 Udyrs for that, you only need 1. So here, I finally do hit an Aatrox pair, which is really, really needed at this point because my board is so weak. Looking back, I definitely could have just played the Gragas over the second Callista to get Brawler, so that was a mistake on my part. However, I do want to sell the Vayne here to pre-level, which I end up doing. I'm holding her in case I win the round, but it's very, very unlikely I do, and I basically see this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to beat Abomination. But, there's no harm in just holding it and then just selling it, like 10 seconds later before the round actually ends. And it's pretty surprising. I actually did significantly more. I killed way more units than I expected, considering A-Bomb early is very strong. So I was pretty happy with just a 1 unit loss there. Here, I go for Guinsoo's, because, Guinsoo's early is the one item I always prioritize, and it was very, very close. I feel like if I didn't get this bow here, I probably would have just gotten 8th place this game. Because if I didn't get this bow, I'd have to go for, I think, sword, and I think there was no regular sword in this. I'm trying to look at how many people are trying to play the Vayne comp. I think there's only a Shadow Sword in this carousel, which means I'd have to, slam Shadow Gunblade or Shadow GA, which is really, really bad. So without this bow here, I think I would have actually just gotten an 8th place. Here, I just play strongest board as usual. I hit a Leona and a Syndra. It gives me redeemed. And then, the strongest board here would just be the 2-star unit that I have, which is the Udyr. So I slam Guinsoo's, put on Callista. And I'm thinking about whether or not I can make 20, and I can't obviously, so I just buy units. I thought about whether to slam Shadow Morellos or not, just to save me some HP, and I probably would have here, except I don't really have a great Morellos holder. Syndra's okay, but then when she ulted here, this was actually a really, really good ult, and I was like, damn, maybe I should have slammed it here. But then, the other thing that prevented me from slamming it was because I was thinking about using this rod just to make Gunblade. And I won the round anyway, so I didn't get punished for, not slamming it this round. I think I did get saved a little bit, hitting at Aatrox 2 and hitting redeemed. However, this is definitely not a high roll. I feel like this start is not the best. I feel like it's kind of like a average to low roll start. I'm thinking about whether Knights is better, and I think I do decide that it is. And then I believe I do sell the Victor and hold the Lysandra just to see whether I win the round or not. And then I just keep Udyr set for Draconic, and I keep the Callista pair, obviously. So here, this person is obviously trying to play the Vayne comp. So for those of you who aren't aware, this new, it's not like new. It was popular for a bit, but it's like flavor of the month. It just popped back up again. It's literally just Vayne 2 carry. You don't actually roll for Vayne 3 because what you want to do is once you hit Vayne 2 with the best in slot items, you're usually strong enough to just go straight to level 9 or level 8 or level 9, which is kind of insane. Like this 1 cost carry, a lot of times out DPS this 4 cost carry is like Draven. I think it's actually better than Draven. So the best in slot items for Vayne is I believe Shadow Jeweled Gauntlet, because it works on her true damage passive, and then it's Shadow Zeke's, and then it's just like a Shadow Runins. So you needed the AP item, which is the Shadow Jeweled Gauntlet, or a regular Jeweled Gauntlet. You need an attack speed item, which is usually Shadow Zeke's is the best. But like a Guinsoo's and RFC, Shadow RFC, those are all fine. And then you need a Runins or a Shadow Runins just so you can do some more AoE damage. And and then you just play 6 Forgotten with it, and it's usually strong enough to just guarantee a top 4. It's pretty nuts. Here I hit gold, so I sell the Lysandra, keep the brand just in case. I try to make 30 gold there. And here I obviously want to make 40 gold, so I'm holding the brand, and if I lose the round, I'll sell the brand. So here I got a gauntlet, which opens up Hodge for me as an option for Kayle, which makes me more comfortable to just slam Shadow Morellos here, because yeah, it's kind of greedy to hold 4 item components. So now I change my my Kayle items from Gunblade to Hand of Justice. So I look for either a tier or a sword on this next armory. That's what I'm thinking currently. Yeah, there's also a lot of like, the meta right now is just very like low cost cheap comps that can like guarantee a top 4. Like another popular comp right now I believe is like Katarina carry. And then I think another one is Lysandra reroll. I don't think anyone's going Lysandra reroll this game. I was just looking at the damage of the Evil Morello, seeing like how much it did, and tier for Hodge. If there was a sword there, I probably would have still picked the tier, because Hodge is a better item early than Guardian Angel, because more damage gives you more ability to kill more units. I level here because I think I am a little bit weak, considering I'm carrying a Callista 1. So I level just to, and plus I have a decent amount of gold because I got gold from Krugs. So I just leveled to put in a 2-star unit. I believe Udyr here is the best to add in. I was thinking about, Syndra isn't the best Morel holder, so I picked up Kennen. And I was thinking if I picked up like another redeemed unit, like for example like a Varus or something, or just another Syndra, I could take out the Udyr for Kennen, and then just replace the Syndra with the other redeemed unit, and I can just run Shadow Morello Kennen, which would apply the Morello a lot better than Syndra would. But because I don't have another redeemed unit, I think 3 redeemed is pretty strong. So I remember thinking here that this Thresh was kind of mad life. He hooked the Nidalee as she was jumping. It's pretty cool. This is the first place person right now, so he's very strong. I believe I took like 5 units worth of damage there. It's pretty insane. Callista here is really, really big because she is my carry, so having her 2-star is significantly better than having her 1-star. And here I'm holding Nautilus and Poppy because it gives me a possible 4 Knights angle. Syndra actually did the most damage that round with Shadow Morello. I was just looking at his comp, seeing like why I got destroyed so bad. This guy's running an A-bomb Draconic type of comp. This is very strong, I believe, right when the patch released or something, like the first week. Or was it like PBE? I don't remember, but like this comp was called the Zoo comp. And then you just spawn like a lot of stuff with like ZZ Rots for the A-bomb, and then yeah, it was very strong for a while. Here I'm looking for sword, obviously. There's 1 sword on LeBlanc. I won the last round, which put me in as 3rd pick. I was 2nd pick before, like if I lost that round. So if I was 2nd pick, I believe I actually could have gotten the sword. However, now I just go for defensive items, because once again with Kayle comp, I'm deciding between the Jax or the Rise. They have the same item, but I pick up the Rise just because I feel like there's a higher chance I play the Rise than I do the Jax for whatever reason. But yeah, remember, like once you have the 3 Kayle items, and I'm almost done, I have 2 out of the 3, you just go defensive items because you don't really need more damage. So I just went for a 4 cost chain vest. I put it in seeing whether it was better than the Udyr or not, but I don't think it is. So I just took it back out. I'm holding on to the Rise because I'm thinking maybe I do play him if I hit like Mystics or something. Just trying to scout, see what people are trying to carry. That guy's a Karma 2 with blue buff. That looked really scary, and I believe I matched into him right here. Yep, so Karma 2 with blue buff at stage 3-5. So I got very scared thinking I was going to take 1,000,000 damage, but for whatever reason, my team actually did decently well. I believe the Thresh kind of smurfed with this hook as well. And I killed enough units that I was pretty happy with this loss, considering it's a 2-unit loss when he has Callista, or when he has Karma 2 at stage 3-5. That's very good in my opinion. here I hit a lucky Aphelios, and remember, Aphelios, Draven, and Vel'Koz are the 3 4-cost units that you hold on to when you're playing Kayle comp, because they can hold Kayle items probably the best out of all the 4-cost carries, and obviously better than like any like 2 or 3 cost carries as well, or like a 1 cost like Kalista. So I hold on to the Aphelios. I don't think it's better currently because I have like no Rangers, no Nightbringers, and I have Legionnaires with Kalista, and it's Kalista's a 2-star as well. So obviously I don't switch it out. Just hold on to it for now. So this is the Vayne. These are the Vayne carry items. He just needs the AP item, which is Jord Gauntlet or Shadow Jord Gauntlet, and then I believe he has 6 Forgotten in. This is usually strong enough just to carry him to level 8 or 9. It's pretty nuts right now. Here I hit Ash for Rangers, pretty nice. I hit Draconic at stage 37. This is way too late to play it, obviously. I hit it like 3 rounds before. I probably would have tried to look to play it, but right now it's way too late. I just pivot to Rangers. Just to try to make my transition a little bit easier after Wolves, because I don't know if it's stronger per se, but it's just easier for me to just do it now and then worry about it like this round. I have less to think about in this round, so I do decide to start playing the 4-Knight angle. That's why I was holding on to the Nautilus and the Poppy. And then here I'm thinking about items. I'm thinking about the next unit to put in. I'm thinking it's an Uyir, but I realized last second that, hey, when I'm putting my items on, I have completed Morellos. And so, who's the best Morello holder? No one, except Kennen in the shop. So last second I switched it into Kennen, which is very good. And then here I just slam Dragonclaw. I think Dragonclaw is a decent item to slam because there's a lot of AP comps in the game. And I think it's way better than Guardian, Gargoyle Stoneplate at this point in the game. I think Gargoyle Stoneplate is like a very strong early item, but like, on stage 4-1, it's no longer the early game. And so, or even Shadow, especially Shadow Gargoyle Stoneplate. A lot of these items that like heal you a certain like fixed value, they fall off late game. Here I was hoping for a sword. I didn't find one, and so I'm a little bit confused on what to do here. I believe I do just pick up a defensive item. I think Shadow Frozen Heart and Frozen Heart are very good in Kayle comps. You can just put it on like your Rel or Darius, because the Rel just keeps charging forward, so she's never going to be really close to your Kayle. And the Darius just kind of like dives in with his ult. And just defensive items. And so now I'm just holding on to this last Chain Vest, trying to hope to hit a sword. I know this guy, this is actually a Riot worker. He hit a Kayle at level 7. And I think he was running Vayne Carry before, which just explains his items. So he just transferred from Vayne Carry to Kayle Carry. So my comp right now is kind of booty, because it's just 4 Knights, 2 Rangers, and nothing else. This guy has a lot of items on his bench. I believe I do get pretty hardly destroyed here because I have no damage with an Aphelios 1 with no like 80 items. So at this point in the game, it's looking very doomed. And so like usually the game plan here is to just sack this last round, hope for like a Kayle on carousel, because I can Nico the Kayle and then put the items on the Nico'd Kayle, or just hope it's a Kayle with like a sword, for example, and I can just make the Guardian Angel on the Kayle. If I don't get a Kayle on carousel, I just look for a sword, and then I hope to hit a Kayle next round when I'm leveling to 8 and rolling it down. And if I don't hit a Kayle and I don't get a sword, then it looks really, really doomed at that point. This is the first place guy with 96 HP and probably like a 10 round win streak or something. I killed a decent amount of units here. I remember being like fairly happy. 3 unit loss. I killed 4 units. I took a much heavier loss facing the Kayle guy. Here, I want to go for the Garen for the sword, 5-cost sword to make a Guardian Angel. However, I did think that the other guy was going to go for it because he was running Garen in his Kayle comp, and so he's going to want the Garen pair. And so I just go for Kindred because Kindred is also a very good pickup usually when you're going for Kayle comp. And then because Kindred is like one of the key units in my opinion, and hitting you aren't really guaranteed to hit a Kindred at level 8, just like you aren't really guaranteed to hit a Kayle. So here I'm rolling it down to level 8, and then trying to just hit a Kayle. Pick up all the like important units for Kayle comp. Picked up a Volibear, but he doesn't really do anything, so I sell him. Vel'Kon's, 4-cost carry. Lowroll's very good. Taric is also very good. Here I get a little bit dizzy trying to transition. I do make a mistake here. I should have put in the Kindred with the belt, obviously, for the stats. I am very, very confused right now, as you can tell by my transitioning. I Frozen Heart the Diana because she goes in the back line. And then I Morel's her as well because she's the best Morel's holder in the comp and that I have it written right now. And I probably plan on selling her anyway. So here I take a really, really bad loss. And I'm afraid I'm going to die here. But I think I killed just enough. That last auto from Aphelios killed the Pantheon. And it kept me alive. So here I'm running 3 Knights, 3 Rangers. Obviously not the best. And at this point, I'm just trying to play for not 8th place, like a 7th or a 6th place. And then I can just FF and just go to my next game. Because this game looks very, very doomed right now. So I'm just rolling for whatever I can. Mainly an Aphelios 2-star. Because I feel like that might maybe win me some rounds. So I do hit an Aphelios here. I'm thinking about what to sell. And then I just have to Nico. Because I didn't hit an Aphelios, so I just Nico him. And just hope to God that I can win some rounds and hope someone else dies before me. That's the game plan at this point. No Kayle. Unlucky roll down. That Diana was very massive. Applied Morellos to a lot of his units. Plus the Frozen Heart Diana with Morellos is really... Or the Diana, sorry. The Frozen Heart Morello Diana is what's keeping me in the game right now. Look at that Morello's damage. It's pretty good. Here I'm just still holding on to like possible units I might play. I get a little bit more of a breathing room here because I get to think about like what units I can play in my comp. I get like, a little bit more time to just decide what I should do to try to not get 8th, because I do notice that one person's 7 HP, the other person's 13. So if I can get maybe like a 6th or a 5th place, I'll be pretty satisfied, considering I believe this I would consider a fairly low roll game when I'm trying to go for Kayle. I was looking for a sword, however, it's not, and I just make Wormhogs and Kindred because I mentioned it before. The wolf also takes the same stats, and so Wormhogs and Kindred is not half bad because her wolf gets the stacks, or gets the stats. So I have a like tankier front line in a way because her wolf gets 1,000 health. Here I'm just trying to find maybe another knight so I can run 4 knights and take out the Diana. But I didn't, and so I'm just running 3 knights, 3 Nightbringer. And then I'm also running a 2-item Aphelios with as my carry. So obviously it's not very good. You usually want your carry to be 3 items. However, it seems like I am strong enough. I think my front line is all upgraded, which is very nice. I got 7th place, so at this point I was just very happy. 7th place from this spot is not bad, and I just play for 6th place now, and then go from there. So I just want to play for 6th. I hit a lucky Kindred, and so I sell the Diana just to buy the Kindred, and then I sell the Diana on my board to buy the Poppy to have 4 knights. And it's not bad here because Morgana is a pretty good Morel's holder. And then Rel isn't bad on Shadow Frozen Heart as well because she just charges forward constantly. So she's going to be usually far away from my back line. And sometimes she just charges in front of the front line as well. So here you can see Morg isn't disabled, but Taric and Poppy are, but I don't really care about them having lower attack speed. This guy has much better Aphelios items than me. However, I believe my like frontline items, like the Morgana with the Shadow Morellos, is doing a lot of work, I believe, as well as Kindred 2 and upgraded frontline. It just saves me. So yeah, look at that. Shadow Morello damage from Morgana. It's pretty nuts. Shadow Morello and Morello are pretty good in this comp, in just the Kayle stall comp, because you usually have such good frontline that the fights go on for pretty long. So the Morello like actually ticks for quite a while, doing a lot of damage. Interesting shot here. I hit Diana or Karma 2. I pick up an Ashe because this gives me a 4 Ranger angle, and I do play 4 Ranger because I think with a 2 item Aphelios, what I'm lacking is damage, not really tankiness. So I think having more damage will win me fights more than just having like 2 extra knights. Playing against Skirmisher, like look at this Morgana, look at this Frozen Heart value, and look at the Morgana value. Like Rel tanks for so long with these items, and then Morgana is just applying this burn to every single unit because this is a Skirmisher board. And then Taric heal, Rel shield, like my Rel's still alive, just died. Morgana ulted again. It just did so much work for me. And then the Ashe ult kind of CC'd him, I think. I think he had Shadow QSS actually, so maybe he didn't. But yeah. So I noticed that people are very low now. There's a person with 7 HP and a person with 4 and a person with 3. So I'm actually like, maybe I can actually top 4 this game. Here, the only right decision is to look for Aphelios item. And Aphelios does not crit. They're fixing that, I believe, next patch. But as of now, his ult doesn't apply crit. So crit items aren't very good on him. However, it is still the best option out of those because, you know, Runeins is just an attack speed item. It's not going to do much. What I'm looking for is a damage item. I have an attack speed item right now with Guinsoo's. A second Guinsoo's would be very, very bad. I just need a raw damage item, and IE is the best option there. The best option I could have found was probably just a Deathblade, obviously. However, I just had to pick up the IE just to play Aphelios. I finally hit a Kayle here, but at this point in the game, it's too late to go for Kayle because, you know, I don't have Kayle, I don't have GA, and I have an upgraded Aphelios with an IE. And so this is the one situation where it's not good to sell the Aphelios for the Kayle, because I don't have the G, I don't have the correct Kayle items. So Aphelios 2 uses these items better than Kayle 2 for sure, or Kayle 1 for sure. I just switch sides just in hopes that, you know, it might win me a fight. My Aphelios doesn't get knocked out by Volibear, that's very massive. And my Rel with the Frozen Heart and Declaw just charging forward and just tanking everything. So this gives me, I believe, a 5th place, because this person dies here. So I am very, very happy at this point. It looked like an 8th place to a 5th place, so it's very nice. So here I'm just looking at the names and deciding who I'm playing against. I believe I'm either playing against Rag Out Rabbit. Oh, I also scouted last round, so I actually knew who like the 3 people that I was playing against. So I'm either playing this Karma board, or I was going to play against Miwu, but Miwu died, so I'm guaranteed to play against this Karma board. I hit Darius, and I believe 4 Knights is better because Darius is a good unit in this comp, gives me some armor shed on the Aphelios carry. So I switch out 4 Knights switch out 4 Rangers for 4 Knights. So I thought I was playing against the Karma guy. I guess I wasn't, probably because it is an odd number of players. It's 5 people. So I'm not actually guaranteed to play against Miwu. My Thresh smurfed that hook. That's very good. Look at this Rel. She's just in the middle of like the enemy backline, just Frozen Hearting everything. And then Morgana's applying Morellos. Like, the items are so good this game. The defensive items are so good. And I get a top 4. And at this point, you know, I was thinking, hey, you know what? I went this far. Let me just try to get maybe a 3rd place. You know, this guy's 9 HP. I think I might be playing him next because I didn't play him last round. So if I can beat him, I'm thinking about whether to Tekken Mystics or not because he is a AP comp. However, I think it's a little bit too hard to put Mystics in. I have Mystics already. I just realized now that I have Morgana and Kindred. So I only need to like sub out, like, for example, just like then I have to lose 4 Knights. I don't know. And Darius is pretty good. Ironclad Spat, it's okay, but it's not the best because I am playing against an AP comp and I'm just 1 life. So if I die to this guy, it doesn't really matter. If I hit like an upgraded Lux, I might have considered swapping it out. Here I just want to position my front line away from the Volley Bear because I don't want the Volley Bear to, ult into my Aphelios. So, I move my front line to the very right where I saw the Volley Bear. And this way, the Volley Bear usually is just going to hop or jump to the left and not really going to hit my my Aphelios. He switched his Karma last second, but I don't think it matters too much. As long as the Volley Bear is positioned away from my Aphelios, I am pretty happy. So this is a close fight. I think this game is just a rel item diff, like this unit with these items. She's just so tanky. And obviously Kindred too really helps as well, especially with Warmogs, makes her tanky. So the first place guy, or some guy took out the other guy, basically meaning I am actually top 2. So here obviously I just try to play for the win. I am very, very ecstatic with how far I've come. This is kind of crazy. This guy's full skirmisher board, so this Ironclad Spat actually came in kind of clutch because it really helps against his full AD comp. Here, I believe I do clump up. He's holding his assassins on the bench, try to make me confused about where he's going to play them. However, against these assassins, I just clump up. So he puts his assassins in last second. And look at this. Look at this Morgana with the evil Morellos, and look at this Rel, man. Like, look at his units. Look how slowly they're attacking. And then this Morellos and the Terrakeel along with the Morgana with the Morellos, plus the 3 Ironclad I got from the dragon, and then Terrakeel again into Morellos, and this Rel is just still alive. And this fight gave me the win. So I believe this. I personally feel like this was a low roll game for trying to play Kayle, at least for hitting Kayle, because I didn't really hit until it was too late. Item wise, I didn't get the Guardian Angel, so I believe that also was a little bit of a low roll. I guess if I were to be completely honest, I did high roll my items, but I mean, it's just me choosing items, so I just picked Promote to Diamond 2. It's pretty cool. But I chose the items, I went defensive items. But yeah, overall, I feel like I played this game pretty well. I hope this sheds some light into how you can play Kayle comp if you kind of low roll Kayle or items.